833-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kutztown Live, KU's campus and community talk show. I'm your host, Juliana, for this afternoon. Last week we spoke to Kirby from Kirby and the Vibe Tribe, and we also spoke to Molly Gallagher of Student Government here at Kutztown. And if you missed last week's show, be sure to head on over to the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR and click on the podcast link at the bottom of the page. On to today's show, we will be speaking to our returning guest, Lori D'Onofrio Galli of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. She's always keeping us up to date with things that are going on in the chamber. And along with her today, she brought along Matthew Strunk, the owner of Strunk Marketing here in Kutztown. And then later on in the show, we will be speaking to Joe Piscitelli, and he is here to talk to us about the 5 days of Thanksgiving. Here with us now is Lori D'Onofrio Galli and Matthew Strunk. Thank you two for coming in today.
Thank you, Juliana. We're very happy to be here this week on Kutztown Live.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
We're excited to have you. And thanks for coming back, Lori. What's new that are going on in the chamber, or is there any upcoming events that the listeners should know about?
Yes, of course. We always have a full schedule of programs and networking activities for our member. I wanted to point out that November is National Entrepreneur Month. And as I've mentioned before, our regional chamber, which consists of about 240 members, is largely comprised of sole entrepreneurs and small business owners, like Matthew Strunk today. And so we want to recognize those individuals who have, made an effort to go out and take an idea and transform it into a business plan. We'd also like to recognize Sherry Christman, who is a member of our chamber. Her business is Elite Business Solutions in Hamburg, and she was just recognized as our 2016 Entrepreneur of the Year. So we are very happy because Sherry is very engaged in our chamber and advocates for us on a regular basis. I also wanted to mention, in light of entrepreneurs, a handful of new members to the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, all of whom are sole entrepreneurs or small business owners. And those include Continual Impact, Illuminate Strategies, Kelly's Cleaning, Claire of Assisi House, Laurie Bailey of Touchstones Crystal by Swarovski, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation with Todd Hummel, RCJ Consulting Services, and Images by Trish. Those are some of our latest new members. In fact, right before I came to the studio, we processed another new member application, which brings us to 33 new members for our chamber this year. So we're very happy about that. Let me just mention a few upcoming events that are related to the chamber and or our members. This Saturday in Kutztown at the Kutztown Area Historical Society, one of the founding members of our chamber, there will be an annual holiday festival. This is their 35th year, and that is Saturday, November 12th from 9:30 to 3:30. There'll be holiday vendors and a Kris Kringle cafe and a cookie room and a quilt and a Chinese auction. So I would encourage our listeners to attend this free event at the Kutztown Area Historical Society in downtown Kutztown. Coming up next week for our chamber members will be another monthly member breakfast. This is sponsored by Marilee Moffitt of the Good Life Financial Group, and that will happen on Friday, November 18th in Blandon at Keystone Villa at Fleetwood. You can reserve a space through our website, through our payment processing platform, under the Programs tab. Sandy Wise from Friend Inc., another local nonprofit, will be our nonprofit partner, and we are taking a collection of soup and other non-perishables for the holiday season for their food bank. Coming up on December 2nd will be our member annual holiday luncheon and silent auction, and we are also continuing to collect auction items from members or other community members. Those can be delivered to the Chamber office at 110 West Main Street no later than November 18th. So those are two events that are coming up in our program schedule. And just this week, we have begun to organize some small group meetings for members in various parts of our service area. So this Thursday in Hamburg at the law office of Antonavage Farbiars, we will be hosting a luncheon for members from the Hamburg area. And then on Tuesday, December 6th, at Desco in Fleetwood, we will be hosting coffee and chamber talk at 7:30 a.m. that morning. Look for more information about these events in our weekly e-blast and also on our website at northeastberkschamber.com. Now I'd like to introduce you to Matthew Strunk. He has Strunk Marketing here in downtown Kutztown. And Matthew, you joined the chamber. I just checked our records today on January 29th of last year. So it's almost 1 year of membership.
Look at that. Well, I appreciate you guys bringing me in. Again, I joined the chamber a year ago, and I can tell you it's definitely helped out with our company because we're fairly new to the area, but we've been growing very quickly, and the chamber helps support that, giving you more opportunities to network with other business owners, especially for us since we're kind of a B2B kind of company. So a little bit more about who we are. We're a digital marketing company, first and foremost, but we just recently kind of opened our services to be traditional kind of media as well. So it's kind of a full media group at this point. I've been in the digital marketing space for about 10 years now, and we're heavy in automotive, healthcare, education, those types of industries. So I'm happy to be here.
We're super happy to have you here. If you want to explain to the listeners a little bit about what exactly it is that you do.
Sure. So, digital marketing is, encompasses a lot of different things. It's hear about social media, you hear about SEM or advertising on Google, things like that, email marketing as well. But we basically handle any type of digital media you can think of, and really a lot of companies are starting to continue to move money into the digital mediums as opposed to some of the traditional mediums, and that's where we kind of help out because we're able to offer a type of advertising that's so precise as opposed to kind of blasting money everywhere. We can kind of surgically target individuals with a very specific message. You start talking about social media or Facebook. Everyone uses it, and when you hit that, I allow you to access my camera, and I allow you to access my microphone and my contacts and everything about me. It's kind of creepy because Facebook knows everything about you, but from our end, it allows us to target people on such a hyper level that we can really say to Lori specifically a very specific message, even though she doesn't know that.
All right, and how did you get involved in this, or when did this your own business start?
Sure. So I went to Kutztown High School, and when I was a freshman, which would have been, 2002, 2003, we were the first group to get the laptop kind of initiative. So we had Apple laptops, and at that time we, tried to figure out how to, kind of hack the system so we could play video games, if you would. But, and I didn't do that. It was other people I knew. But anyways, I kind of fell in love with technology, and when I was 17, I started building websites. So different e-commerce websites, selling airsoft guns, helping, some of my friends with their websites as well, and I realized that the website was great, but if people didn't know about the website, it didn't really matter. So that's how I got into kind of learning how can I get myself out there through Google and other mediums. Okay.
And where is it that you are located?
So right up from here, actually, from the college. So if you go through town, where the gym used to be, kind of rest in peace, they went out of business, or they're done now. So ironically, I always wanted to have a gym in our office, but now our office is in the old gym. So it's kind of backwards what I wanted, but still works. So it's right next to Gianotti's restaurant and Saucony Creek for, I guess, a lot of you around here now, probably.
Okay. And is there a website or a Facebook page that we can go to find out more about this business? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to strunkmarketing.com, or on Facebook, it's just Strunk Marketing. And, for any of the student listeners here, just know that we have a ton of opportunities for internships and other types of, type of part-time programs. If you're a writer or into graphic design, web development, whatever it is, definitely look us up because we're growing quickly and we need all the help we can get. So if you need some extra experience and some extra cash, it might be a good opportunity for everyone.
Sounds good. Cool. Are there any final thoughts or last-minute thoughts or words from the two of you for today?
Make sure you go vote.
Yes.
Absolutely. As I said, stay in touch with the Chamber through our website at northeastberkschamber.com, and you'll see that we're offering new programs and new initiatives in 2017. And as I said, we're growing, so if you're interested in membership, if you're interested in becoming a speaker for the Chamber, please contact us. Thank you, Juliana.
Yes, thank you both for coming in today.
Thanks, Juliana.
Yes, we're going to cut to a short break here, and then after that, we will be speaking to Joe Piscitelli.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
Have you ever stared at a painting and wondered what natural phenomenon influenced the artist after noticing the large comet-like figure gracefully soaring across the painting? Hello, I am Moira Jefferson. Throughout the 14th and 15th centuries, a new way of painting suddenly emerged that was greatly impacted by the nature known and unknown to man. Scientists such as Kepler had an influence on artists during this period thanks to the freedom and search of truth. This vital rebirth of art and culture became known as the Renaissance, a time where science increased man's reliance on observation. A Florentine proto-Renaissance artist that was influenced by nature unknown to man was Giotto dei Boni. His influence was so important that he was commissioned in the 14th century to decorate the interior of a chapel in Italy, which would later house his greatest masterpiece, the Adoration of the Magi. The Adoration of the Magi's unique arrangement of figures within the painting makes it appear to the viewer's emotions are involved, which further adds to the theme of salvation. What makes this piece crucial is that it has a unique depiction of the Star of Bethlehem as a comet. The sole use of a comet is significant because it symbolizes major events such as the birth or rise of a king, which would lead to everyone's salvation. Furthermore, the depiction of the comet has had many scholars arguing over whether the comet Giotto depicted could possibly be Halley's comet that appeared only 3 years prior in 1301. If the comet is Halley's comet, Giotto's inclusion of the comet indicates that astronomy and natural observation played an important role in art. Fast forward to 1985, when the European Space Agency launched the first deep space mission known as Giotto, which flew by Halley's Comet during its perihelion. The probe was sent into a circular orbit that would take approximately 10 months to orbit the Sun. On the 8th month, Giotto passed Halley's Comet and took some extraordinary photographs and data. The Giotto probe had a tremendous impact on the planetary science community because it gave scientists and the public what they had been dying to know for centuries, the heart of a comet or its nucleus. As the centuries passed, many more artists were influenced by the brilliance of the night sky. However, it is the impact that both early Renaissance artists and scientists had on art and culture that made an everlasting impact on future missions, thus forever indicating the importance of science and art together.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more telescopic topics, and for more information, or to hear this segment again, click on the Telescopic Topics icon on the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
And welcome back to Kutztown Live. I'm your host, Juliana Jablonski, and here with me now is Joe Piscitelli to speak to us about the 5 days of Thanksgiving. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for coming. So we hear there are some events coming up for Thanksgiving. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the events that will be happening each day?
I would, but let me start at the beginning. This was a Sunday event when I first came to the university in 1972, opened by the head of the English department, Dr. Arnold Newman. Arnold Newman has passed away. His wife is still here. And so a few of us got together a couple of years ago, a couple pastors and myself and Bob Watrous, and asked Barbara if we could renew the Sunday worship service for Thanksgiving before the students go home. And she was very delighted to support us, and so we went ahead, met with Bob Watrous, and Bob Watrous suggested that we extend the celebration to 5 days. And so we did, and we filled it up with these events, particularly the Sunday event, which is the foundation of the 5 days. Judy Schwenk will be here. We should have a main speaker. Senator Judy Schwenk will be here. The president will introduce her. Sandy Green, the mayor of Kutztown, will welcome the community and the university. So we look at this as a Kutztown Borough community and a Kutztown University event. And so that event is on Sunday, November the 20th at 5 p.m. in the McFarland Student Union in the all-purpose room. That's room 218. There'll be a prayer, a very short prayer, 4 lines, but there'll be reflections about that prayer by Dr. Mafuzal and a student, and also a student, Matthew Stefanich, will end the evening with a benediction. So again, our special guest and speaker is State Senator Judy Schwenk. The community choir will be here under the direction of Michael Barron. That choir was started by J. Richard Wagner at Trinity Lutheran Church in Kutztown. So they'll be here, 40 strong. And the trombone choir, KU trombone choir, directed by Professor Dan Neuenschwinder. And so that's a very full hour of events from 5 to 6. And we have some funds this year for the first time, so that there will be libations and some tapas at the end of the evening.
And can anyone come to this?
This is open and free.
For everyone?
No reservations, no tickets. Please come. I'm sure the president would like to see room 218 filled, especially to greet Senator Judy Schwenk and to host this event.
All right. And then later on in the week, there are some more events coming up.
Exactly. Monday evening, we have what I call Jazz in the Sanctuary at St. Paul's UCC on White Oak Street, right down from the tavern. And this is a group of young jazz musicians that I've gotten to know at the university. Sheridan is a trombone player, Amanda bass, Pete Snyder on drums, and she'll probably bring a guest soloist. Rebecca Roth will sing. So it is an open invitation to not just the parishioners of St. Paul's UCC, but all of Kutztown. And I hope the students will come and support their own students in that combo, Jazz in the Sanctuary.
And that's on South White Oak Street?
Correct.
At 7 o'clock on Monday.
Yes.
All right. And then Tuesday, what's going on
Tuesday
there?
is Thanksgiving with a twist.
Okay.
The tavern has opened up, the Kutztown Tavern has opened up their second floor reception hall called the Tavern Room to us. And we have music by David Miller, a townie who plays great guitar, and a storyteller from Kutztown University, Dr. Darrell Johnson. Thanksgiving with a Twist is our hope to gather some of the townies and Kutztown folk to come for dinner or drinks or both, and to hear some good stories about Thanksgiving. Darrell will entertain us, and Dave Miller will do some music before and probably afterwards. Wednesday evening, the fourth day, is a clothing and food drive at St. Paul's UCC, and we take the clothing to Opportunity House in Reading, and we take the food to Friend in Kutztown. And I understand the Friend in Kutztown now supports a food center at the Lutheran Center, which is open to students every Wednesday from 4 to 6. They can come with a bag and gather food and produce for the week.
Okay.
Formerly, there was a dinner for the last 25 years. Dinner was prepared for the community, and this year that dinner is no longer available. We are very sorry about that. The people who have run it for 25 years, I think, have probably are spent. And so we've simply said that Thanksgiving on the 24th, go home to celebrate that with friends and family.
All right. And is there anywhere we can go online to see all this stuff? Or anywhere?
There is a downtown partnership called Kutztown Community Partnership. They have a Facebook and they also have a website. You can get to see the poster and information there. Also, it's on the TV screen in the MSU building that rolls. It also is seen in the foyer of the administration building. And those places. And I'm very grateful for graduate student Sean Dallas, who produced this fine poster for us this year and published it. And we're taking those posters and taking them around town and the residence halls at Kutztown University.
All right. Is there any final words or things you want to say about the 5 days of Thanksgiving?
Yes, I think students and faculty and staff need to come out and support this event, especially because our senator is coming, and especially because our president, Dr. Kenneth Hawkinson, is going to introduce her. And I asked Dr. Hawkinson if he would do that, and he said, yes, I'd like to say some nice things about Senator Judy Schwank. And so I think that tells us a lot about our president. Anyway, come out and support our president, our senator, and come out and give some thanks about this beautiful community, this great university, and come out and have some drinks and tapas with us.
All right, those are the 5 days of Thanksgiving beginning Sunday, November 20th till Thursday, Thanksgiving, November 24th. Thank you so much for coming in today to share with us all about this.
My pleasure.
And we're going to cut to a short break now.
Have you ever needed help finding reliable sources for a paper? The librarians at the Rohrbach Library want you to know that we can help. Librarians can help you with any research-related projects, papers, and more. The best way to contact a librarian is by asking the information desk for help.